All right, the lighting's not gonna be great for this one, but here I am. I'm in my car. I'm coming from the gym. Um, it's dark because we're back out of St. George. We're back home, and winter has arrived without my consent. So here we are. It's been a good week, not a great week, but it's been good. I have a lot to say, and I don't know what I'm going to fit on this video because I don't want it to be boring, but start off with just the highlights. Got a couple more job interviews coming my way. One probably won't be until the spring, which that actually kind of works out because that's when school will be done. Relationship's good. Feel like both my wife and I can finally take a deep breath because the college circuit for her work is almost over. She's got one more in January. We've got a big break between now and then, so we can kind of breathe a little bit, which is good because I know she's really been working really, really hard, and it's hard to see her panicked all the time about her job and what's going on. So, yeah. As for me, just doing the same thing, work, school. Actually, I'm going to come back to the work thing at the end of this short little snippet because of something that I've decided I want to do. That's going to be, I'm going to do this probably this Friday and share with all of you. So, but school's good. It's hard. Classes are really kicking my trash, but that's okay. That's kind of to be expected towards the end of college anyway. And these are the classes where it matters. This is where it's like, no, you have to learn this in the finance field in order to be successful, not lose people's money. So thankfully it's not a situation where there's money on the line. It's just in class, but it's hard, but that's okay. You know, we can do hard things. And especially when it comes to college classes, I know recently I've heard a lot of people who are talking about how hard classes are, especially in STEM, finance, nursing, the fields that require a lot of math, a lot of critical thinking. Not saying other other majors necessarily don't, but I've just heard that a lot of people saying, oh man, college is just really, really hard. I don't know if I can handle it. You can handle it. You're gonna get through this. I know because I'm at the end, and for a while I thought I wasn't gonna get through it, and looking back, I've kind of learned the difference. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this week. This is kind of the boring time of year for me, and I know for my wife as well. You know, we're not really traveling that much anymore because it's kind of the winter season. Holidays are coming up, so it's just kind of the lull between those two. Something I guess that I can add here, something that's kind of helped both my wife and I out as things have gotten hard over the past couple months, is kind of looking forward and planning little victories, little goalposts. So like after the last, student event that we went to where I was filming in St. George, we together kind of decided, you know, we're going to start decorating for Christmas a little bit early, and we're going to start planning for Thanksgiving, just because that's the next thing, you know, the next big thing to look forward to. And we have other little stuff here and there, but that was kind of the big one. So right now there are boxes of Christmas decorations at my house, and Thanksgiving side dishes are being planned. I know it's early, but it's good to have those little things to run towards. And it's good to have little goalposts to aim at. So anyway, let me wrap this up with what I was going to say connected to work. So for people who are just tuning in, or to kind of add a little more context, I work at a startup. It's in the education tech or the ed tech sphere. And recently I was doing a lot of research for my CEO on stuff that educational resources and e-courses we could build that would help people. Specifically, this company is more focused on self-help and self-improvement than it is on like accredited education. And of course, I immediately went to one of my favorite sources for market research, Reddit. So we've got a really large growing user base, and people are pretty honest because they can, you know, use a username and be very anonymous when they're asking questions and for advice. And what I saw on there a lot was very sad. And I know I can't do much as just a 28-year-old living here in the Western United States. But I felt like I wanted to try something, you know. I do have some life experience, and I've been through some of the stuff that people are worried about and they're concerned about. And I felt like I could help there because I've been there, and it's a scary time. You know, we've got the election that just finished up. A lot of people are in mourning. People are concerned about the economy here, at least here in the United States, but really all over the world. They're worried about their livelihoods. There's a lot of anxiety and stress in this time. And for people who live in areas that have winter, we're going into winter. So on top of all that, a large portion of the world is going to stop seeing the sun for a while. So this Friday, because, and maybe some of Saturday, my wife's going to be out doing some things with sister-in-laws and other things. So I am going to be picking just a handful of those Reddit pieces of advice that I feel like I can answer. And I'm going to do an additional video. This isn't part of the video journals I've been doing, but it's going to be on this channel. And I'm going to answer some of them. I won't try to answer the ones I don't have answers for, but the ones I do, I'll try and see if I can provide some answers for people. So if you want to see that, it's going to be coming out this weekend, probably Friday or Saturday, though I don't know for sure. I got to actually go and get it recorded and prepare that kind of stuff. But if you're interested in that, drop by, come give it a listen. Maybe it'll help you. You know, that's why I started doing these video journals in the first place. Yeah, it was to help me to be able to journal. But also I posted them in hopes it would help other people. So just remember one more thing that I wanted to add. But before I get sidetracked on that, this weekend there will be a video coming out with answers to some of those. Drop by and give it a watch. Hopefully it helps. Last thing, this is something I'm going to be trying out because the bad habits have been kicking my ass right now. Pardon my French. But I was talking with my family, and one of them mentioned something that I thought was really, really interesting about bad habits specifically. And that was a way to reframe the idea of bad habit. And I hadn't thought about it before, and it really made me stop and ponder really about bad habits in general. And it was this, you know, a lot of times a bad habit is some kind of self-medication. It's not necessarily just something you do out of spite or just because it's fun. A lot of them are not. But it's just you trying to solve a problem and your brain just can't figure out a better way to do it. And that's not going to be fixed with things like accountability calendars, really like all the Band-Aid fixes, you know. I'm trying to think of some easy ones, nothing's coming to mind, but specifically a bad habit develops when you have a thought and your body tries to fix it. And so the way, or a way to fix that would be to focus on the bad habit itself and redirecting it rather than trying to just slap a Band-Aid over the problem and calling it a day. I tried that yesterday and it sucked. I didn't do nearly as well as I thought I did. But I'm off to a start. So I'm going to be trying that and I'll keep you guys updated. So anyway, have a great week, you guys. For people who want to stop by this weekend, Friday or Saturday, I'll see you guys later.